Good evening, everyone. First Alert Storm Team meteorologist Joseph Williams with your VNN News Now evening forecast, and it's looking quiet outside. We got clear skies in the Fargo-Moorhead area, and we have a temperature of around 30 degrees. For context, we were in the teens Saturday evening, this past Saturday evening, so we're over 10 degrees warmer in some spots compared to yesterday around this time, and that's because warmer air has infiltrated our region from the southwest and giving us that boost in temperatures in the process. But as I'll go over later on in this broadcast, we're not only going to be trending colder, back to colder temperatures later this week, but more importantly, we're also looking at an active weather pattern, and that will even lead to our first alert weather days for Thursday and Friday. Again, thanks for joining us. First Alert Storm Team meteorologist Joseph Williams with your VNN News Now evening forecast. And again, happy Sunday, everybody. Hope you had a great Sunday, and I hope you had a chance to go out and enjoy the nice weather today, relatively speaking, because we saw plenty of sunshine in some spots this afternoon. Cloud cover is staying on the clear side this evening. We had a few showers in the northern areas Sunday morning and early afternoon, but by around 2 to 3 o'clock, the showers pushed east of our region, and as a result, we're seeing clear skies across our region this evening. And temperatures are also on the mild side too, even in northwest Minnesota, where we're currently in the 20s, versus in eastern North Dakota, which is seeing temperatures in the 30s. It's not a bad day outside, but like I just mentioned a few seconds earlier, we are going to be cooling down later this week. And more importantly, we're looking at an active weather pattern that will bring some more wintry precipitation our way, as well as some strong winds, and also our first alert weather days for Thursday and Friday. In fact, let's take a quick look at what I'm talking about there. Here's our first alert weather day. I've went ahead and declared a first alert weather day for Thursday and Friday. We've gone ahead and declared a first alert weather day for Thursday and Friday because we're looking at snow accumulations across the region and the threat of some blowing snow on both Thursday and Friday. And here's what I'm talking about. Basically, a clipper system will sweep in from Canada, and it'll bring some wintry mix at first on Thursday. We're transitioning into snow Thursday night, and that will lead to some snow accumulations across the region. And around the same time we're seeing that snow coming down, we're also dealing with some strong wind gusts. And that combination could lead to some low visibility, some slick roads, and therefore some travel impacts are possible with this system. However, the exact timing of the wintry precipitation, that's still being ironed out because the system is still out in the Pacific. It's still a few days away. So we're still ironing out the exact timing and the amount of snow, as well as where the heaviest snow will be at and where some of the wintry mix potential will be at. So stick with us. We'll keep you updated on those details. What we do know, though, is that we're looking at some more wintry mix and snow later this week, along with some strong wind gusts that could lead to some impacts. And here's why, again, I mentioned there are some model variations and why there's some model uncertainty. Basically, the low pressure system that will bring that active pattern towards the end of the week, it's right around here in the northern Pacific, and it's making its way east. It's a few thousand miles away from us, and therefore it still has to develop, it has to have time to develop its frontal boundaries, set up the air masses that will allow for that wintry precipitation to form. So we still have a few days before this low pressure system even reaches British Columbia, let alone reaching the North Plains. And therefore, we're still going to be, therefore, models will get a better understanding of what the system will do as the system gets closer to North America, and like our weather satellites and our weather systems are able to actually observe the system crossing the shore and therefore collect more data on it and allow those models to initialize. But I'm rambling here, but the point is it's still a few days away, and therefore we'll get a better idea as to what kind of impacts the system will bring as it gets closer to our region. But just know it's wintry mix at least, with some snow accumulation across the region along with some strong wind gusts. And let me show you what I mean on a first alert forecast. Starting the clock at 6 p.m. Wednesday evening, we'll start out on a dry note, but overnight into early Thursday morning, we'll see some snow coming down in the Central Valley across our region. And then late morning, as a warm front moves eastward, warm air will infiltrate our region, causing temperatures to get above freezing in some spots, and that's when we'll see that wintry mix coming into play. We'll see that wintry mix chance continuing into Thursday afternoon, but by late Thursday evening, cold air is moving back in from the north, and that causes temperatures to drop below freezing, leading to scattered snow across the region Thursday night into Friday morning and even Friday afternoon too. It's not until late evening and Friday night that any leftover snow showers push out of our region. So basically, pretty much all Thursday afternoon and much of Friday will involve some wintry precipitation across our region, with a chance of mix on Thursday fully transitioning into snow on Friday as cold air filters into our region. How much snow are we expecting? Well, again, this system is out in the Pacific as of Sunday evening, and it's still forming, so there's still some model variation on exactly where the heaviest snow will be at and how high snow totals can get. But both the European and American models do suggest widespread snow accumulation across our entire region, although the American model wants less snow in northwest Minnesota compared to the European model. But again, both models are suggesting snow accumulation across our entire region, so that alone could lead to slick spots on the roads across much of our region. But on top of this, I mentioned the threat of blowing snow, and here's why I bring that up. Basically, we'll see the winds picking up from the northwest as we head into Thursday afternoon, with gusts climbing above 30 miles per hour in eastern North Dakota late afternoon, early evening. Gusts will stay above 30 miles per hour across much of our region as we head into Thursday evening and overnight. And even by Friday afternoon, we're looking at gusts in the 40-plus mile per hour range in parts of our region, as indicated by these red blotches here that show gusts above 45 miles per hour. So we're looking at strong winds between Thursday and Friday evening. It's not until Friday night that the winds end up dying down, although because we're still dealing with a northerly breeze, it's going to cause temperatures to drop as we head into Friday and Saturday morning. So just to recap, we're dealing with some strong winds on Thursday and on Friday, and that combined with some falling snow could lead to some blowing snow instances, especially on Friday when temperatures will be cold enough to sustain a more powdery snow, but still anticipating some blowing snow on both Thursday and Friday. That alone could lead to some patchy low visibility and some slick roads. And then when you add some snow accumulation expected on both Thursday and Friday across our entire region, expect some tricky travel conditions on Thursday and on Friday. Keep the VNO weather app handy as we get closer to the end of the week. Now, what about the first half of this week? The latter half of this week we know is going to be active and a bit messy, but what about Monday and Tuesday? Well, Monday's not looking bad. We'll see some patchy fog in parts of northwest Minnesota heading into your Monday morning commute, but otherwise we're looking at scattered cloud cover across the region. So expect filtered sunshine, maybe some patchy low visibility in northwest Minnesota. By late morning, early afternoon, though, that fog does break up in northwest Minnesota, and thereafter we're expecting filtered sunshine across our entire region. So not looking bad as we head into Monday afternoon and evening. Late evening, though, we'll see our first clipper of the week moving in, the Thursday and Friday system for context. That's our second clipper of the week sliding in. The first clipper this week starts pushing in Monday night, bringing some rain showers into parts of northwest Minnesota with a chance of wintry mix out in Lake of the Woods County. So in the northeasternmost parts of our region, there's a chance of seeing some snowflakes. Otherwise, we're looking at some rain showers in northwest Minnesota. And we'll see those rain chances continuing until early Tuesday morning. Then late morning, early afternoon, as a weak cold front slides in from the north, we'll see some wintry mixed showers sliding in from Canada and push south throughout the late morning and early afternoon hours. So by around the 3 o'clock hour Tuesday afternoon, Fargo will see some raindrops and snowflakes coming on down, and we'll see that precipitation continuing to move south until it exits our region around 6 to 7 o'clock. So to recap, by late morning, we'll see some, so just to recap so far, Monday night, some rain showers, chance of wintry mix in northwest Minnesota. Late morning into mid-evening on Tuesday, a line of wintry mix and snow showers will push into parts of our region. And thereafter, by Tuesday night, we are drying out with some scattered clouds. Not much snow anticipated with our first clipper. I'm thinking a few tenths of an inch of accumulation across our region, but I bring up this first clipper system because it'll also bring some strong winds too. So we'll see the winds picking up from the northwest overnight into Tuesday morning, and by late morning, early afternoon, around the time that those showers are moving in from the north, we'll see wind gusts in the 25 to 35 mile per hour range across the region. For example, a gust up to 36 in Valley City, 26 in Fargo, 29 in Grand Forks by midday on Tuesday. And that, depending how, since temperatures will be above freezing, we're not likely to see much accumulation on the ground. But even with just light showers coming through, those strong winds could cause some isolated blowing snow conditions, which may impact your late afternoon, early evening commute, especially in the southern areas of our region. So we'll have to keep an eye on that blowing snow chance. Otherwise, we'll just continue seeing wind gusts above 30 miles per hour well into Tuesday evening, and it's not until Tuesday night that the winds end up dying down. So just to recap, Monday evening into Tuesday, we're dealing with some precipitation chances across parts of our region. Not much expected, but strong northwesterly winds, will not only cause temperatures to drop throughout Tuesday, but more importantly may whip up some of that precipitation around and cause some patchy low visibility in the process. We'll have to keep an eye on Tuesday afternoon as those showers move through. Now, what about temperatures? Well, for tonight, we're going to be dropping into the 20s. We're looking at a temperature of 25 by midnight in Fargo. In Grand Forks, similar temperatures expected, 27 for the 10 p.m. temperature with a westerly wind of around 11 miles per hour. By your morning commute, temperatures will be in the 20s across our region, much warmer than this morning when we were in the single digits. And by the afternoon hours, we climb into the low 30s in northwest Minnesota and upper 30s to even low 40s in southeast North Dakota. 32 in Langdon, got a 38 in Valley City, 40 in Oaks, 44 in Aberdeen, and 36 in Fargo. And for context, again, normally we're in the teens for our highs and near zero for our lows. So we're going to be on the very mild side as we start mid-January. And temperatures will be about as warm on Tuesday, high of 38 possible. But towards the latter half of the week, as those low pressure systems move in from Canada, they'll bring cold air down from the north into our region, causing temperatures to drop too. So we're looking at a temperature of 17 on Wednesday, back to 33 on Thursday, and then we drop into 18 degrees on Friday. And in the long term, temperatures will actually stay colder than average as we continue towards the latter half of January. So that cold spell that we've been predicting, that we've been forecasting, for a while, that is expected to make a return as we head towards the latter half of January. Now, put another way, looking at the northern plains in general, again, Monday afternoon will involve highs in the 30s across our entire region. About as warm on Tuesday afternoon, but notice those wind barbs, they're coming in from the north. That indicates northwesterly flow, and that means colder air will infiltrate North Dakota and Minnesota by Wednesday afternoon, causing temperatures to drop into the teens by Wednesday afternoon. We warm back up briefly on Thursday afternoon as our first alert weather day maker slides in on Thursday and Friday. So Thursday we'll see highs in the 20s and 30s, but by Friday afternoon as that low pressure system moves east, even more cold air will penetrate the northern plains and leading to highs in the teens across the region. So we're going to be on the colder side heading towards the end of the week. So let's recap everything. Again, we got a few showers that we're first alert tracking on Tuesday, but more importantly, our first alert weather day on Thursday and Friday due to that wintry mix and snow affecting our entire region, as well as strong wind gusts on both of those days. Slight chance of snow on the upcoming Sunday, but again, we're mostly concerned about the work week ahead of us, so keep the VNN weather app handy as we get closer to Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. And as for temperatures, again, most of this week will be mild. Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday will bring highs in the 30s across the region. Wednesday and Friday, back to highs in the teens, around average for this time of year. And then we'll see temperatures taking a nosedive. We'll drop into the single digits to low teens as we transition into the third full work week of January, when normally we're in the upper teens for highs for the third work week of January. So let's recap one final time. Mild temperatures for Monday and Tuesday, highs in the 30s. Go out and enjoy the nice weather if you can on Monday afternoon, and possibly for Tuesday afternoon once those showers move out too. And then Wednesday, we cool down big time. Highs in the teens, lows in the single digits. Warm back up on Thursday, but again, we have those first alert weather days for Thursday and Fridays, so that VNN weather app will be very much needed for both of those days, because we could see some travel impacts on both of those days due to the wind and wintry mix and snow accumulation. Now, over the weekend and heading into the following week, temperatures will drop into the teens, and basically it looks like, and I was looking at some of the longer range outlooks, some of the temperature outlooks, it looks like we'll stay at or below average for temperatures across the region well into late January. So basically, enjoy these next couple days while you can, because the mild temperatures and the sunshine, they're not going to stick around forever. Now, I'll go over the forecast again on Valley News Live at 9 and 10, so be sure to tune in to those shows if you want to get the latest weather updates on our upcoming first alert weather days for later this week. And I've also been giving periodic updates on the VNN First Alert Weather app. And Lisa Green will be on for Valley today if you're not able to watch any of tonight's shows. So I'm going to get off of here. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this. Have a wonderful and safe Sunday.